This is my new cat Pancake, and I love him very much. He doesn't like to be held, but he likes attention. Okay, so a lot of people will ask, how do you find time to write? You have a full-time job, other like side hustles. How do you manage to still be an adult with cooking and cleaning and grocery shopping and errands and still find time to write? A lot of people say, oh, well, like there has to be some simple answer because people are still doing it, and these aren't just rich people who have others, you know, take care of their cooking and cleaning and whatnot. There is a rather simple answer though. Simple, but it's not one that a lot of people like. Basically, the simple answer is this: you do not find time to write. You will never find time. You have to sit down and make it. It's a straightforward and easy answer. However, knowing that you have to make time and actually doing it, whole separate beast. So here are my top recommendations for doing just that. First recommendation is this: tailor either your morning or evening routine. Morning and evening are some of the only times we're able to break away from everyone else and kind of do our own thing. If you have children or pets or any other number of obligations, this goes doubly so. So if you wake up 30 minutes earlier or an hour earlier, or conversely stay up 30 minutes or an hour later, you'll find that you have more time. Yeah, so wake up or stay up, go into a room where no one will bother you, lock the door if you have to. I have even gone to go write in bathrooms or closets before, because sometimes everything else around you is crazy and busy, but you still need to make time. So take pen and paper or a laptop if you are part of the 21st century. And when you're writing, it doesn't even have to be about anything special. It doesn't have to be a dedicated story. You just want to get into the habit of getting up and writing. If you're establishing this habit, you need to do something. It doesn't have to be, you know, some amazing work of genius. You just need to get into the habit to write. I know, Pancake. Once you get into the habit, words will begin to flow better and more consistently. My second recommendation is to alter your lunch or break schedules. I love to eat and I love writing. Now, admittedly, doing them together is not the most relaxing thing in the world, especially if you're having a tough work day, but being able to take an hour-long lunch and as you're eating, as you're sitting down, you can knock out a sizable chunk of work. Take a lunch and just sit down, open up your laptop or journal again, and you can just get to work. The temptation to socialize around the lunch hour is very strong. However, it's far more rewarding to actually do work than just scroll mindlessly through your Twitter or Instagram feed. My other recommendation is, if everything else fails, schedule it. Scheduling is not a word that excites most people, but it can really be a boon if done well. Get out your calendar, mark down a specific time, place, date, and hold yourself to that. Force yourself to go, set a timer, make a friend remind you and penalize you somehow if you don't hold to it. I don't care what you have to do so long as it gets done. Something I commonly do is I don't want to sit in 5 o'clock traffic, so sometimes I'll only drive partway home, stop at a Starbucks, use the free Wi-Fi, I can get a little pick-me-up if I so choose, sit down and write. I'm able to avoid sitting in traffic for like an hour, I'm able to get some work done, and it's really just a nice way to kind of wrap up the workday. And oftentimes people do let these scheduled dates with themselves fall by the wayside, but I am of the opinion that it's time we start holding to our commitments to ourselves. My last recommendation is more of a theme, but it is worth noting all the same. Work smarter, but also work harder. There is no dichotomy. It's not like a multiple choice. It's an all of the above sort of situation. Let's say that you've finally made some time to write. That's great, and you should be happy about that. However, once you get into that habit, what are you doing with that writing time? Are you just writing anything? Once you already have the habit, you should have some goal in mind. You should have a focus, something you are aiming yourself towards. If during that time you're doing a bunch of BuzzFeed quizzes or scrolling through your phone, guilty, you probably already know that you shouldn't be doing that. But let's take that a step further. Do you have a writing outline? Are you doing a word sprint? It is hard enough to find time to write, so we might as well use it to our advantage. Every single day we make conscious choices for where to spend our time. What we do with our time is really up to us, and so it's our responsibility that if we want something, we have to use our time accordingly. Even with a million responsibilities and a million other little things to do and errands to run and bills to pay and people to catch up with, we can still take a few minutes every day to get that much closer to our dreams. You can comment below letting me know the last time you were able to squeeze in some writing, how much you were able to get done. Click the thumbs up button and subscribe, and until next time.